Okay, Coach Weimer, so they're out here. It's nice because you can talk to me and you can see the live wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, when you guys come to these, were you at Defense Soap for the first one with Kerry Colab?
Yeah, it was. Yep.
First off, very high quality there.
Very intense, yeah. He's
Yes,
a very intense guy.
Understatement.
Yeah.
Dave's a little different, but Dave's got a lot of really good tricks. Dave have it. When you guys get to come and have high-level clinicians like this and high-level partners like this, what's it like for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing because it's a really good opportunity for us, especially in Northwest Ohio. A lot of the college guys are based in Columbus, so for us to get anything that comes up in Northwest Ohio in terms of like a Stieber, whoever it may be, I know he gets this way, but when you think of a Ross Thatcher and some of the more Columbus-based guys that you have to travel to, anytime for us that we get an opportunity that comes to us in our own backyard, especially in Northwest Ohio, it's a great opportunity for us to catch some of these guys that we normally wouldn't see.
I was talking to Willie Weinberg earlier, and I like to pick dad's brains because I got 3 and a 5-year-old. I got 2 boys. What's the biggest thing, whenever you're trying to get your kid to get hooked on wrestling or get them to enjoy the sport? How do you get your kid to enjoy the sport of wrestling? Because oftentimes it's not an enjoyable sport.
Right.
How do you do that?
I mean, for me, the big thing is I come from a basketball world. I played high school basketball. I played college basketball. Then with my youngest,
What level?
I played NAI. I played at Shawnee State University.
Okay.
So for me, the big thing is coming into this sport 4 or 5 years ago when Colton, he's a 110 D3 kid this year. When he wanted to get into this, for me, the big thing is I'm not living a state championship through him. And I see that a lot in this sport, especially for dads who push, and I'm not that way in sports. I think they have to make their own way, and they have to get their own drive, and they have to learn to push themselves. So with wrestling, you got to self-motivate when you step out on the mat. There's nobody else to blame. If you lose, it's on you. So for me, the big thing is just taking a step back as a dad. Let them enjoy the sport, let them find their own way with it, and let them find that drive that's going to push them.
It's crazy because Jeff Stieber was on a state championship basketball team at Monroeville. I don't know if you know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so Jeff Stieber had a basketball background, and you had a pretty high-level basketball background as well. It's really crazy to see that crossover, right?
Yeah.
And then one of our Olympians, bronze medalist Lincoln McElravy, an all-time Iowa great, his kids play basketball.
Right.
Right? It's
Yeah.
just wild to see these crossovers
Yeah.
and to hear how each of you talk about it. Basketball players talking
Yeah.
about wrestling, wrestlers talking about basketball. And that happens, though.
Mm-hmm.
How did you gravitate? There's got to be basketballs. My brother-in-law is a head basketball coach at Belleville High School, right in the Ann Arbor area.
Yeah.
He's bonkers about basketball.
Right.
Basketball people get bonkers about basketball.
Sure.
How did you not get him into basketball?
For me, deep-rooted basketball family. My niece played at Delta High School, which is not traditionally it's a wrestling school. She turned out to be the NWAL's all-time leading scorer in basketball, so that's my brother's daughter. So it was deep-rooted. But for me, honestly, Colton in kindergarten wanted to wrestle for the first time. I let him sign up. I don't ever want to be that dad that's going to push them into something because they're never going to enjoy it. So honestly, when he said he wanted to be a wrestler, I almost felt like I was cheating on the sport of basketball. But, I let him find his way, and it's turned out to be the best move because he's grown every year, and he won the state championship this past year.
That's amazing.
I have an older son that's going to be a 7th grader, and Kellen's placed twice. He placed 7th this year,
both
heavyweight.
Of your kids.
Yeah,
both
both
of your
boys
kids.
do it. Yep. And Kellen's 5'10", 180 pounds. He's supposed to be projected 6'6", 6'8". He could be a basketball player, but you know what? The love for this sport's amazing. Watching them grow in it, watching them learn how to win and lose with nobody else to blame and not relying solely on a team. It's an individual sport. I love it. I'm an addict.
Did you go to Liberty Center?
I did. Yep.
So that's your home base.
That's my home base.
They've always been really good. The Kearns, the families are really good.
Deep-rooted.
Great family, right?
Yeah, West Ovens.
So they've always been really good. Liberty Center's been always really good at wrestling.
Wrestling and football. Yeah,
right?
That's what we do.
So it's really wild for me to hear this from a basketball guy who's from that school.
Yeah.
That is now a wrestling addict. I love it. I
Yeah.
could talk to you all day, man. I'm trying to keep these short. We're already about a minute 30
sorry.
over here.
Yep.
No, I love it. You intrigued me. So thank you for the time. You got anything
Yeah,
else?
thank you very much.
We good?
Appreciate it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, keep them grinding. But
Yeah.
We can maybe keep the hoops away. Okay.
Yeah. I could talk about it forever because the truth of the matter is I'm addicted to this sport.
Yeah.
Like, it's just that watching them go out, and like I said, you know, you get into a small town politics, small town everything. You know, this is one of those sports, go out and make your own way. It doesn't matter who the coach is. You know, the coach has some influence, but if you're a great wrestler and you push yourself at stuff like this, you're going to be a great wrestler because you're going to make your own way. And then there's nobody, you know, teaches them how to stand there, shake hands after a loss in front of numerous. I think it's awesome. Everything about it goes against. I would never have them pick up a basketball. Ever.
I'm going to leave it at that, all right? I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for the time.
Yeah. Thank you very much.